Okay, sure. There's not a lot to talk about here. The lolcow podcast is coming with with Boogie. Good for him, I guess. And they already got a clip of him. Whatever's going on here, it says breaking first episode of the lolcow live just got recorded. Sneak peek: Boogie tried contacting Muda's wife and got destroyed. And I guess this is Dojang. This is Muda's girlfriend. When Muda ended the private conversation, he continued to cope in my DMs. He wanted the ceasefire started and stopped at his will. MFer thinks he's Israel or something. He knew. He's been on my podcast before. I don't know the specifics. I don't think that if there's no information, you can tell me. I don't know if there is. I just wait for the actual podcast to come out before we engage. And then Mudahar, this seems to be, I would imagine, at Boogie. Please don't DM my wife if you're having issues with me. That's really sad and pathetic. As a grown man, you should know better. If I don't respond back, it's because I don't want to. Don't involve my family into nonsense. Fair enough. Let's see what we got here.
She saw that. I didn't know who she was.
This is all we have available.
I don't know who Dojangles is, but I guess that's a person. And so she.
I don't know who that is. I love when people say I don't know who somebody is when they probably do, and it's just as a way to try to be disrespectful. But that's me, Boogie. What does disrespect from you mean, honestly?
He was like, oh my God, you fucking snake, you fucking piece of shit, and whatever. And so, like, Mudahar messaged me, and he's like, hey, look, I'm being really nice to you right now. And I've agreed, I'm not going to make a video about you because I wouldn't want a 10 out of 10 video on my channel anyway. But I do think she saw that, and I didn't know who she was.
Listen, not for nothing, but if you reach out to my wife, I would be very angry too. And I don't think that they're married, but you know what? There is a flow of, relationships, and the closer somebody is to being your wife, the more you leave them alone. You shouldn't be disrespecting people in general, but that's the way it is. Here's the thing. Boogie's on a bit of this is the last thing that I said about Boogie was I think that this could be either his make or break moment, his probably his final make or break moment. He seems to be on a high, so it either means that like he'll be able to change and move forward and actually make decent content again, I guess, or this is his manic high and he's gonna drop substantially. Guess what? My money's on manic high and he's going to drop. This person released a documentary that was a woe is me sob story. Okay, fine. He got it out of the way. He says no more drama somewhere in here. And then what he does, there's something where it says it's over. I'm done with the drama. This is what he said 9 days ago. Then every single day has been some kind of special extended release of the documentary to rile up more drama. Whatever, fine. He's released a couple of videos that seem to be received pretty well about video game reviews. Stick to that. It's probably a better idea. But now he's doing this lolcow podcast, and that's going to destroy anything that he has left. The reality is, when it comes to the lolcow podcast with Boogie and Wings, the entire point of that is to bully and harass him and to make him look stupid. That's the point of it. That's what he's doing. That's what the whole thing is. You've subjected yourself to being called a lolcow, and now every episode is going to be drama farming, whatever credibility, if there is any, left on you, until you're going to spiral out of control. You're not going to be able to manage it, and you're going to implode. And then you're going to use that as an excuse to continue to engage in the bad habits that you're already engaging in. So, okay. Like, that's where we're at. You're having stupid drama with fucking YouTubers, and you're in their DMs bothering them. You're starting beef with Mudahar's girlfriend or whatever. And you want to know what? I don't really know her, but she seems like she's probably a little bit of a firecracker based on reading this. She seems like a little bit of a pistol. She seems like she's got a little bit of gumption. So she's probably, she's going to talk her shit. Just let her talk her shit, Boogie. Leave it alone. You're supposed to be this big fucking YouTuber. Why are you so concerned with shit like this? Why are you reaching out to her and to try to get to him? And if he doesn't want to talk to you, don't talk to him. And it's probably intentional. He probably knows, this will get views. Do you really think you can maintain that? Just pretend I don't care about the criticism? You can't. There's a difference between being a content creator that is controversial because of what they say versus a content creator who is controversial based on what they do. Anybody who's honest will have a controversial opinion or perspective every once in a while, whether it's intentional or not. Right? That happens to me. That's different from somebody who's trying to be controversial to garner attention and views and some kind of acceptance. You're 49 years old, sitting here arguing with other creators about dumb shit that probably doesn't matter. Whatever's going on, Mudahar probably criticized Boogie, and then Boogie probably got sad about it, and he wants people to like him. That's why in the Moist Critical video, Boogie like literally just guzzled him. Oh yeah, you're right. Boogie, Charlie could have called him a sex trafficker, and he would have said, "Yep, you're right. That's me. You're a coward. You're a yes man. You hoping that is your tactic. That is your tactic to try to get people to not criticize you, is to be a yes man. It's embarrassing. And so, like, this could have went okay if he did the documentary and he just stayed off of this lolcow podcast, which is meant to just farm him and mock him and embarrass him. Which, by the way, I don't care. I'm not sitting here saying it's a bad thing. He's doing it consensually. He wants to be if he wants to embarrass himself, embarrass yourself. You want to be pathetic, do it. But that's the entire point of that. You know that's what it is. You decided to jump into it. You decided to join into that. Why? You could have just slowly rebuilt your channel by posting, I don't know, doing 10 minutes of work every day. You're sitting here crying because you're making $3,000 a month doing nothing while you sit in your bathtub, trying to garner sympathy. What, are you fucking kidding me? It's not going to last very long. Yeah, 2 episodes before you banned. Of course, he's not going to be able to take it. What are you doing? It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. You know? I hate this fucking game that Boogie plays where he tries to be the nice guy to make you like him. Like somehow you think that anybody is going to have respect for you for yesing them to death. I'd rather have a shouting match with somebody to get everything out there than be associated with a coward who won't tell you how he feels, and he'll just act like a fucking baby. You know? And I'm not on Twitter, but like there's some fake me on Twitter or whatever. And apparently he reached out to that person to try to talk to them. Why? What are you going to do? I'm going to sit there, I'm going to criticize. Yeah, you're right. For what? How does that make you look better? Because you just yes people to death. Do you even know what you're doing wrong? And, you know, I think that the most poetic part of this is that you're dating a 20-year-old girl with no life experience, never held a real job except apparently being a cam model, has never had a boyfriend, has never had anybody that made them feel good, and she's in her first relationship haze. She thinks this is the one forever. That's how every 20-year-old thinks. And it's fine if you want to date a consensual adult, but she's so inexperienced. And what this is going to happen, Boogie, every single time you do another thing, it's going to rock the foundation of whatever perceived mythology she has of you. She thinks that you're this incredible fallen YouTuber that is just a victim of your own circumstances. And as time goes on, and as you do this fucking lolcow podcast, and you sit here and you put all your dumb drama on display for everybody, she's going to sit there, she's going to watch it, she's going to engage with it, and slowly she's going to realize that majority of your problems are your own fault. That's what's going to happen. And that's the most poetic part of it all, because she's the last one that doesn't know who you are, that is close to you. That's it. Have some self-respect. Have some fucking dignity. What are you doing? That's why I'll never be on the lolcow podcast. I'd rather get a fucking job than do something like sell my own self-respect. I'll get a real job. I don't care. It's pathetic. You know, it's like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, filming your girlfriend having mental breakdowns on the fucking camera. Somebody sent me the clip where he's like, my girlfriend has so much social anxiety, she can't get a job. She could barely go to Walmart without... What are you doing? What are you trying to fix her? You think you're in the place that you could do that? You think you're healthy enough to help people? I don't know. It's like, dude, this was supposed to be your rebuild, and this is going to just fail. Emphatically. It's going to fail. The first episode might do view-wise. But after that, it's going to fall off. You're a novelty. Criticizing you is a novelty for people. It's a passing moment. There's nothing substantial about you anymore. And it's like, you could get there, but it's like you're doing everything wrong. Don't you have friends? Don't you have content creator friends who could give you advice on how to actually move forward? Doesn't this kid behind a camera, doesn't him and McJuggernuggets have a career going on? Don't you think it would have been worth your own sanity to just slowly rebuild? Like, this guy's you're a weirdo. Yeah, no. Nobody asked you to be on the lolcow podcast. Yes, like I just said like 3 seconds ago. Yes, Boogie reached out to the fake Papa Gut to ask me to be on, apparently. So anyway, it's like, don't you have friends to help guide you in the right direction? People to push you in a space where you'd be mentally healthy and financially successful? Or are you just associating with people who want to capitalize and be opportunistic off of whatever there's left, whatever crumbs of success there are? Whatever. Anyway, grow up, get a little bit of dignity back. Frankly, you should quit the lolcow podcast before you somehow look even worse than you already do. And just focus on building your channel. Actually make content that you don't do. When your channel is full of 5-minute videos every other day, like, do something. Make a video every day. 5 minutes? You sat down for 5 minutes and gave a review on Spider-Man 3. You gave 8 minutes on a review of GTA 6. Do more. Do something every day. Because these clips are going to run out. And it's also, once they do, people are going to be done with wanting to watch you, by the way. That's really what it comes down to. People are watching these clips for the clips. They're watching the clips because the video...
Sale became a member.
Thank you so much for the membership. Makes you look embarrassing. And they think it's entertaining to watch your downfall. And when that's gone, the views will be gone. So you might as well do the best you can to rile up some more attention towards the other stuff that people seem to have an okay liking of. All right. We got earlier in the stream, I covered like the very little we knew about. So now I'm burnt out. We just did a really long segment. In the beginning of the stream, I talked about the very little we knew about Boogie. I gave my perspective on stuff, and now Mudahar's come forward, so we're gonna add this to the video. Let's go.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and let's talk about micro celebrities on YouTube.
Hello?
Okay, one of my biggest inspirations for people like Angry Video Game Nerd.
You know, I've been using the term micro celebrity for a while. You guys think that I set that trend? Probably not.
Nostalgic.
Hey, thank you so much for the 8-month sub from Trey. Greetings, Father Gump. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
You know, people that would produce, relatively high quality videos for their time, still to this day, and they would review video games, movies, and whatnot.
True, man. I still will occasionally rewatch Angry Video Game Nerd stuff.
See, these guys were from a time almost 20 years ago at this point, okay? Not 20 years ago, but 10.
I'm assuming the reason he has it angled is for DMCA purposes. I remember showing like 30 seconds of an Angry Video Game Nerd video and then doing like a 10-minute rant about it, about like a random topic from it, and it was DMCA'd. It's weird, but okay.
To 20, okay? Almost 2 decades. And these were some of the first people on the internet as micro-celebrities. See, back in the day, it was kind of baffling to think that you could upload videos on the internet and make money out of them.
True that.
And sustain a living, let alone an entire business even in some people's cases.
True.
Obviously, YouTube has evolved to the point where some of the biggest celebrities in the world are starting to come from here or TikTok or other places. People that are known internationally by millions, if not billions. But of course, Boogie2988 was one of those people that was there in the beginning. Now, everyone falls off the
I wonder if this guy's gonna...
The internet, it's not uncommon. You know, I think being...
Yeah, everybody... Listen, this is one of the things... Most people will fall off. And there's always the opportunity for like a back on. You know? But that's how the internet works, especially since like 2020 was a big for a lot of people, and then that slowly can diminish. I guess... yeah, okay, sorry. I'm a little burnt.
To do this in the first place is already the reward. Obviously, nobody's a Simpsons or Family Guy and lasts forever. But Boogie is one of those cases where not only has he fallen off, but he's cratered to the center of the goddamn planet. And it's all because Boogie himself is a liar. Boogie himself is a manipulator, and he's somebody that I think is probably one of the most awful people on this platform.
Oh my God, dude.
And the reason why I'm saying it is because Boogie has had a history.
Zed King just gifted 5 memberships.
What did I just do? Hey, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, brother. Also, I don't know what I did, but I rewound it too much. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs.
Ali became a member.
Thank you. Those are all the gifted subs. Let me skip through them. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Obviously, nobody's a Simpsons or not liar. Off history of contradictions, of lies, of manipulating his fans into thinking that he's this broke, financially crippled individual, when in reality, he's just too scared of giving up the life of luxury that he currently still clings on to.
By the way, of doing almost no work every day and still pulling $3 grand a month. Imagine making $750 a week to do nothing. Because that's his complaint. He posts, he barely makes content. That's crazy.
Just so that he can hold on just a little bit longer. And we'll actually come in through a lot of contradictions through this video. It's going to be long, so sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, and talk about it. One of the reasons why I'm even talking about it too is because Boogie's the kind of guy that during discussions, he'll just start messaging my wife, which absolutely...
Oh, it's his wife. I didn't know. Why did I think that they were just dating? Dude, okay. Oh, dude. Dude. Okay, I think I said girlfriend in the last video, in the intro to this, and that's fine. Like, it was a minor mistake. I think I probably read wife, too. I just didn't, like, internalize it. Bro, I don't know what this is. I understand we're woke now. I understand that as we move forward, we become more accepting of men and women and gay people. I'm busting chops. But one thing that will never change, at least to me, is the way that you treat a man's wife. Okay? A man's wife is better than a man. You can say whatever you want to another man, okay? But you never talk about a man's wife like that. You're going to go and try to sidebar with this guy's fucking wife? No, that's insane. That's insane. You don't ever do that. And to the credit of an individual that I have had a pretty big falling out with and haven't talked to, throughout that entire altercation between me and him, even he respected that. Okay? And it's something that means a significant amount to me. Okay? I'm not going to be specific about who. You could probably guess. But that's like a number one. You don't do that. And it's like, obviously, Boogie doesn't understand that, considering he dates a 20-year-old kid. Yeah, she's a legal adult, a 20-year-old that's never been in a relationship, that just is completely naive and ignorant to the world. But this is some real shit. You will get, unironically, in the real world, you'll get hit if you pull some shit like this. That's how it works. That's just how it is. So, if to any young men out there, this is a life lesson. You're going to have to understand that. Okay? Be respectful of another man's wife.
Still disgusts me to this day. For the last 48 hours, I've still been pretty mad about that. But we'll get to all that in a little bit. One of the catalysts for this is something that Boogie is promoting. His own documentary, The Dark Sad Life of Boogie2988. Which is not on his channel.
And it's a sister of Pearl.
On a channel from somebody known as Mike Klum.
Michael Klum!
Who has produced this.
It hit 2 million views. Good for you, Michael Klum.
55-minute documentary, pretty much putting Boogie in front of the world, in front of the actual normal audience, and showing that he is somebody that doesn't want to be helped. He just wants to be a professional goddamn victim. So let's actually look through a few highlights of this documentary, and I'll build upon things.
This is going to be devastating to Boogie.
That I feel need further context. Now, Boogie has a history of financial problems on the platform, and he talks about how he actually only has $2,700 left in his bank account, and his actual mortgage on his home is currently at $183,000, according to when this documentary was filmed. Now, obviously,
just to be clear, Boogie has admitted to some of the numbers to be inflated and changed around. Okay, so just to be clear, you should filter that through the entirety of everything he says, because he has mentioned that. When it came to how much some of my bills were, Mike changed the numbers to make it look worse. That's who it is. Oh. So just to be clear, we don't even know if that's true.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I think Boogie should have been able to pay off a $250,000 mortgage. From what I understand, is $250,000 crib.
Hey, my name is Boogie2988, and this is my $250,000 home.
How he hasn't been able to do that after the amount of money that he's earned on the platform is beyond me.
I'll say one thing. I had last 2 years were like really good money wise, and I didn't pay off all my student loans. I should have. Now we're in a positive recession. We call that because it's a growth. We're making less in money. We're making more in character development. Okay, you got to look at the positives. Okay, it is a financial recession, but it is booming for character development. This is incredible. So I could get that point. I could understand why he wouldn't pay off his mortgage.
Now, Boogie will say that he didn't really earn a lot of money on the platform.
Right. So in 2 or 3 months, you made as much as I made off 17 years on the platform to some degree. Like,
that's not true.
As much as I was able to save after everything, right? And I never made the kind of money you guys think I did because I just struck my fame way too early on the platform. And
did he say he made like $500K in his first month? And I'm pretty sure Turkey Tom makes about 70 to 80K a month. I know that because I've like seen. I think I saw him talk Destiny or something. Yeah, we can't get through a video without mentioning Destiny. Incredible stuff. I'm getting orbited in. Anyway, yeah. I mean, he makes good for him. I mean, he puts in more work than Boogie, certainly me as well. But that's probably why he makes more money, Boogie. So put it in effort.
Just the money wasn't there back then. The money's there now, but it wasn't then. I've never made 70 or 1,000. You know what my biggest monthly paycheck on YouTube was?
If in his thing it said he made 500K in a year, how much is that a month? Like, my brain is fried. We just did a 3.5 hour Ethan Klein segment, so you have to give me a fucking break. That's 40K a month, bro.
Not including sponsors, about $17,000. Including
that's insane.
Sponsors, the most I ever made in a month was about 30K.
So this is
that's fucking awesome.
How to catch a contradiction 101. When Boogie just claimed that he made $30,000 with sponsors on his best month, even if you took the annual earning, like you multiply that by 12,
yeah, 360.
Which you should never do. Obviously, your peak month is your peak month. You're going to have off months. But again, if you went with the most utopian earning model, you would look at $360,000 pre-taxed. According to this documentary, which, again, he gave the producer Mike Clark.
We're about to get dumpstered.
Full access to his financials, allegedly. 2018, he made $498,000.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
US dollars. So, again, putting that up with his income, putting that up with the mortgage that he had on his house, it should have been paid for. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I
think that Boogie's a good kisser. He's good at kissing the ass of people like Moist Critical on when he gets criticized because he's afraid of criticism, and that's his defense mechanism.
Be honest.
Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. If a guy's dating a girl less than half of his age, he's not a good kisser, and he's not good in bed. Because the only reason that older guys date younger girls is because they're bad in bed. Okay, that's it. Sorry, dude. I don't know. I'm just fucking around.
Okay, it's insane. This person has seen such a massive earnings drop-off in 2019, 2020, 21, 22 that he should have absolutely accounted for some serious rumbling in his financials. Maybe this is when you should have...
All I'm saying is the only time I wanted to fuck a virgin was when I was really bad in bed, okay?
Started downsizing. But then, let's see what Boogie is careful on spending money in. According to this documentary, he has spent over $200,000 on escorts, basically sugaring. Sugaring, if you don't know, is the act of basically finding women online who have a financial relationship.
2018 to 2020.
Relationship with you, you take them out on a nice
Or
date.
2021.
You buy them nice things, and there's an expectation of sexual reward at the end of it for the person doing the purchasing. The sugar daddy and the sugar baby relationship.
Yeah.
So again, this is what this guy spends his money on. His financial ruin was caused because he believes he should be able to fuck LA 10s instead of the Arkansas 8s, as he claims in that documentary. But again...
And not to be rude, but I can't say it. It's too rude.
This is just Boogie and how he views the people around him. He doesn't look at relationships like a normal human being. He looks at a relationship in the same sense of like a pure transaction. And when it comes to his money, he is his own destructive person on that regard. He had the money. He threw it all away. One of the most egregious things in this situation is him admitting to throwing his life and money away in cryptocurrency. So listen to this part from the documentary.
I thought this was going to be an explanation, but it sounds like Mudahar's just fucking pissed. I thought this was going to explain everything.
It's baffling.
Money comes in, money goes out. For the longest time, my ex-wife
Guys, my face when I have to pay bills?
handled that shit, but then I got divorced. I don't know where my money is. I don't know what it's doing. The only thing I've ever done with it is I threw it into crypto and then lost a shitload of it. Well, here's everything. If you want to see, there's 2,000.
So he starts with $750,000 apparently sitting in liquid savings. He puts basically all that money into cryptocurrency because he had a friend known as McJuggernuggets at the time, according to him, where he actually talked about putting money into cryptocurrency. So this nearly 50-year-old man thinks that putting money into the most volatile fucking currency is a smart choice. Now, again, this is the guy that bragged to people that,
I mean, listen.
that he actually is crypto rich all of a sudden, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. It really is. You think you'd have some humility. What I think is hilarious, this is actually something that I don't think that people, I think this is a weird criticism of Boogie, but I want you to kind of take it with a grain of salt. Boogie apparently invested his money into crypto and he got crypto rich. And what did he do? He stopped working. Right? He stopped really putting effort into content. Maybe he did it before then. I don't really know. But to me, you look at how many rich people are there on the internet. Probably Mudahar, plenty of other people who are millionaires who still work. And why? Because in general, people do this, but I think it's more of a man thing. Men just don't stop. It's not just about making money. It's about continuously pushing higher and higher and breaking your own expectations. And Boogie doesn't have that. He doesn't have a fucking thing in his brain saying, I'm a functioning human being. I am a man. I want to do better for me. I don't need to get all male woke on you here, okay? But, you know, it's like he doesn't have that in him. He doesn't have a drive or a motivation to be better than he was. He's just a fucking blob. He just wants to exist. And it's like, where did that determination, where is it? Just from, like, when I'm in my moments of doing poorly on YouTube, and they happen, or in content creation in general, I, of course, think about the money. But it's not just about the money. It's like, it's about me. It's about, like, where am I? What is my value? You know, where's that drive and that motivation? Where's that determination of I'm failing. I don't want to be a failure. Where is it? Because he's like so privileged. He still can pull fucking thousands of views a video. I have 4 million followers. Only get 20, 30, 40, 50K a video. So what? People would kill to be you. What?
Right? Like one day he's like, I'm finally rich. How crypto made me rich. Listen to this one.
It was a very stupid, risky maneuver.
Stoopy
I
poopy.
invested pretty much everything I had into cryptocurrency, and I pulled it out a couple of times and I put it back in a couple of times. So I probably didn't do as well as I could have, but I invested all the way back here, and yeah, that's where we currently are with that market. So to say that I doubled my money is an understatement. In fact,
all right, so he literally admits to just straight up gambling his money, and he won for a little bit too. Now, instead of pulling that,
I mean, how much luckier could you get? You got a guy who got, let's be honest, in Boogie's heyday, he got big on pretending to be a big fat Mountain Dew drinker, and he made him tons of money. What the fuck? He never really worked a job, and he just became rich, became popular, became famous. And then he's constantly just destroying his credibility over and over and over again. And then this is where you end up. How many chances do you need, bro? There's people who would kill to be you, motherfucker.
that money out, he just basically let it fester and turn into nothing overnight. Now, anybody could tell you that putting money into cryptocurrency, such a volatile currency, was a stupid decision anyways. But Boogie actually won and still
Where's my Mountain Dew? Right? I could do it. I could just be Boogie. I could jiggle my jowl every time I get a donation on Twitch. Let's do it.
lost. Now, Boogie made a video a year after that where he said, I need your help, where he actually had to go around and tell people, yeah, I lost all my money and I might have to go, oh God, get a fucking job? Oh no, how dare that? Listen to this one.
So this is the worst part is that like this is the most insane part, is that this motherfucker doesn't even need to get a job. He just needs to do more fucking effort on his YouTube. It drives me up a wall. It drives me up a wall when you look at this. This guy hasn't even posted his own content, or barely has posted his own content in the past week. It's all plugs from his from Michael Klum's documentary, where again, Michael was the one who did most of the work. He'll post a sporadic 5-minute video every once in a while. That's all it is. Over and over and over and over again. 3-minute, 5-minute videos. Look, this one got 20K, 6 minutes. What? Post more. Post every day. Talk about a thing every day. Listen, I'm a big, fat, fucking reaction streamer. I get on and I react to stream. That's it. I hit a point this year. I hit a low. And when I mean a low, I mean we're getting low. Okay? And I said, fuck. And it was not a fun experience. It wasn't positive for my wife, who's a fucking rock for me. And we sat down and it took me weeks and I finally was able to come up with a strategy. And this was a strategy. I've been streaming every single fucking day. I think 7 days a week for the past few weeks, especially since I'm going on vacation. I started putting an enormous amount of work into clips. Now that takes a lot longer than you'd think. So we went from working, I'll do a 3 to 4 hour stream. This one's probably going to be longer. But I'll stream, you know what? I'll stream about 3 to 4 hours every day. And then after that, it's clip work. It takes me about 5 or 6 hours a day. It's not a super duper amount of work, but I'm working like actually a full-time job now. I just get to watch, videos and react to them, give commentary. I like to think that they're insightful. But I've doubled the amount of work because I noticed that I hit a low and it's time for me to get my shit together. Not a single time that I ever go, guys, I really need your money, because I might have to get a real job. I never in my life would I not. There something fucking phenomenal would have had to happen in my life to sell my dignity as a fucking human being to beg for money on a stream. I come in here and I film content with you guys because you guys actually help me. Because sometimes we have fun. I'll steal your jokes. You'll correct me if I get something wrong. And you guys have been donating more, but you don't have to. But I don't usually get donations, and I'm fine with that. And I've been picking myself up. I've been getting my shit together. Boogie has a fucking hard time after barely doing any work, and all he does is beg for it and not do more work. We're in the fucking golden ages for lazy fat pieces of shit on the internet, like myself, because I'm one of them. Where all you have to do is watch and give reasonable, solid, transformative reactions in order to be successful. And with a person with a platform with 4 million views, 4 million followers, who has recognition, what do you really need to gets 20 to 50,000 views a video, which is not bad. Where's your stream? Where's your effort? You certainly are not going to say, well, I don't believe in reaction content. You have no dignity. If you think, if you're somebody,
Freakazoid just gifted one
hey, thank you so much for the gift of sub, brother. I appreciate that. If he's not the one that gets to play, oh no, it's toxic for the community. You're not that guy. You have no dignity. So don't give me the bullshit excuse. What are you doing? You're in such dire financial restraints that you'll beg for money, but you won't output content. You won't give transformative reactions. You won't give your perspective on different topics. What are we talking about, dude? What are we talking about? I don't know. Whatever. I'm gooning right now. I'm gooning.
I feel good. And I'm excited to do it again. The bad reason is I'm finally in a position where I have to get back to work.
So work.
And I'm not making any excuses here. I spent a tremendous amount of money on dumb things.
Hookers.
But the biggest issue
that's not dumb, sir.
Is that I had a nice big nest egg.
It would make more sense to pay for a sex slave, though, wouldn't it? You're going to pay for a hooker, you're renting that puss. Or you could buy it. Don't do that. That's incredibly inappropriate. But it is a thought.
I took some financial
But don't do that. That's a horrible thought.
advice from a friend, and I'm not pointing fingers necessarily. I took the advice.
I'm not pointing fingers. A friend of mine suggested I invest everything into crypto.
No, don't give me money.
Okay? So you're not pointing fingers, but you just did. See, that's the level of hypocrisy that I like to call out in this situation, because he's just guilty of so many points of that.
Yep. But I put my money in the crypto market in the wrong section.
I know people want Papa Gut. You said you need money for Papa Gut Goon Sesh? True. Yeah, I feel that. You're not gonna, dude. I had the worst yesterday or the day before that. I think I was up for I think 5 or 6 hours gooning. It was terrible. I have a gooning addiction. I think me and Boogie are very similar. Except I never would pay an escort because I can't do it. I said this before in like another Boogie video, but I could never pay a prostitute because it's like I'm not going to get off unless I'm delivering satisfaction to the other person, like my wife. That's why I sleep with my wife. But it's like how you pay somebody, they're not going to enjoy it, and you would never know if they were because you're paying them to enjoy it. You know what I mean? So,
and I pretty much lost most of everything. That sucks. That really sucks.
Why do you keep saying no video? There's a video on the screen.
It is what it is, though. I mean, like I've come to terms.
My wife's watching the stream. Sorry, wife.
And yeah, you might be wondering, oh my God, should I feel bad for this situation?
Never.
No, because even after losing all of that money, Boogie still has money saved over from those losses. That $30,000 something worth of crypto, according to his account, it actually exists in his balance as an asset.
I didn't even think about that. He still has 30K in there. Fuck, I didn't even think about that.
Now, even after losing all of that money, Boogie still apparently has $30,000 in assets remaining in cryptocurrency.
That's a lot of money just for people who are not more middle-class normal people, which we all are. 30K in the bank is a lot of money. The fact that he has 30K in the bank and his only bill is a fucking mortgage is fucking crazy. That's good. That's a good thing. That's a lot. You know? My wife and I both have student loan debt, and we do not have $30,000 combined in our fucking bank account. It's called being an adult.
Now, I looked up the average.
Hey, thank you so much for the 7-month small gut from KD. Just popping in to send love to you and Mama Gut. Thank you, brother. Or sister. Or thister. Of course.
A salary of his state, which apparently is Arkansas's, $48,000 a year, okay? To give you an idea, most people don't have $30,000 in their savings.
I feel like Boogie would stand on the corner of the service road with a sign. That's what my wife said.
Savings at any given moment, because the cost of living these days is so fucking high that you earn the money right now yearly, and all of it goes to bills, all of it goes to sustaining yourself. People live paycheck to paycheck, and yet Boogie here.
Sure, thank you so much for the 11. We got a lot of donations today. Thank you so much for the 11-month sub from Mandy G. Thank you. So I'm a little sleepy. I'm a little burned out.
Has still $30,000 left in a shitcoin that he can cash out at any given moment and start using that money to rebuild his life. Nobody is telling Boogie to stay in a
he doesn't have to. He could just work.
House that he cannot afford. Boogie talks about paying off this mortgage of his that's apparently like it's a $250,000 house. Apparently his mortgage still on the house, according to the documentary, is somewhere around $165,000. Now what's insane is in this own documentary, Boogie will admit his actual annual income in 2018 alone was nearly $500,000 US. How this guy didn't pay off his house but decided to put that money into an entire gamble, literally, it's like going to a
did he put all of it into a gamble?
Goddamn casino, putting your entire life savings all on black and expecting people to care about you when you've lost it all. Dog,
True.
You caused all of your life's problems. You cannot guilt trip your audience.
And again, I'm going to keep saying it, and it's still not over for him. This motherfucker could have a career. I don't know about after this, but
to caring about your finances, your well-being, when you just gamble it all away like a child. He could downsize his life. He could get rid of
yeah, literally, he could try
the house, move to an apartment with 2 rooms. After all,
he could just work.
You've only got
Super
he could just work.
$4.99. Take my money, liquid booger.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that for the $5. You know, it is interesting though, because every time there's something weird about the internet, where when one fat person is under fire, it is an opportunity for the other fats like myself to platform themselves. I don't know why, but people flock to me for very few things. Okay, one of those is Hassan and Ethan coverage. Another one of those things is manosphere coverage, and another one of those things is fat person coverage, especially when I'm criticizing a fat old white guy. Okay, I don't know what it is. It's like people are fucking. I'd say flocking. You guys are rolling over here. And it's just very interesting. Hey, top fat, right? I don't want to get too fat, too top fat, because then I'll be on the firing line of the fatty boys. Is there any successful fat guy? Now that I'm thinking about it, on the internet, it's like fat on fat violence. Hell yeah, brother, that's true. I feel like there's something wrong with fat men. They all seem to be obnoxious and weirdly horny. We got to do something about this epidemic of fat men, okay? Because there's a problem with these guys. There's a problem with these guys. We gotta get them under control. Come on, play.
You and a girlfriend. You can have one room for your YouTube stuff, one bedroom, and your living room, where is the center of your life, apparently. You can put your TV in, your soundbar, your video game consoles. There is no shame in cutting down your life. It's like this. If I can't afford my house, I'm never going to actually guilt trip you guys on a YouTube video and tell you guys, yeah, I really wish I could stay in my house. And, you guys better start donating money to like live streams, or, you better start buying some.
Maybe if you give me enough money, I'll start making private members only content. That's one of the things driving me nuts. You don't tell people to give you a bunch of money and maybe you'll consider making more content. You make the content and you ask, like, if I was really, if I just wouldn't do it. Like, I would just get a real fucking job. If I was really in like a dire spot, what I would want to do is maybe I would offer something. I might say, guys, I'm making this particular product, and I could really use the money if you could please buy this service from me. That's probably as low as I'd want to go.
No, I'm going to have to go out, find a way to make money on my own and sustain the lifestyle I live in. And if I have to downsize, there is no shame in that. People do it. Businesses do it all the time. It's okay.
I'm just happy I didn't buy that fucking that goddamn new car last year when I was doing well. Because the only thing my wife and I have to do is reduce the amount of stuff we purchase, which we have drastically. That's how we've just changed, but we don't really live outside of our means. That's something my mother taught me. It's like, don't live outside your means.
John Pond 09 super chatted $1.99. Free the fats from the river to the sea.
True, brother. Thank you.
And reevaluate where you are in your life when your financial situation changes. Boogie refuses to do it because at the core, this person is a man-child that refuses to actually take accountability for his own actions and pivot his life accordingly. Instead, he'll point fingers at everybody else instead of himself and do anything worth changing. It's like the fast food stuff. This man has the option to change his life for the better. He refuses to do so, so what does it matter anymore? Now, according to this documentary, Boogie has a lot of health problems.
Just to be clear, and making a lot of food at home we've been doing. A lot. Just to be clear, one of the things that drives me fucking nuts is this motherfucker does not admit that he has diabetes. If you look at the medical thing, there's some medications that are associated with diabetes, but he won't tell you he has diabetes. I have diabetes. I'm 6'4", 340 pounds. You're 5'9", 500 pounds. You have diabetes, dude. And you're sitting here telling I got everything else except? No, you have it. Get out of here, dude. I know for a fact.
Obviously, he's a big guy. He's going through a lot of confirmed medical diagnoses, according to this documentary. Now, a lot of these medical
issues would go away if you weren't so fat. Not to be
diagnoses. I've talked to my wife, who's a medical professional. My father, who's also a medical.
Uh-oh, dude! Oh, what a surprise! A brown guy's a doctor. Am I right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that one. They're good doctors. Sorry. I was going to make like a meme of like, oh, so your wife's a medical, like my people will criticize me because I talk about how my wife is a behavioral specialist for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Fuck. Okay, cool.
Professional have told me that.
What? It's not right. How is it? It's not canceled. You're not going to cancel me for that. There's a lot of Indian doctors. They're good doctors, dude. I've seen a lot of Indian doctors. Oh, stop. Oh, I'm so racist for saying that fucking Indian guys are doctors. What a piece of shit. Oh, God, Indian people are intelligent doctors. Wow, fucking racist. What a racist, am I right, guys? Oh, Jesus. Oh, what a bad guy. Oh, what a piece of shit, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Shut up. Acting like you. I think I've had like 5 fucking Indian doctors in my yeah. So shut up. I can't name the doctors because then you know where I live. I can name like 3 of them, but if I do, then they're gonna start looking up like blah 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 blah. And this, you guys know I live in New York. You want me to tell you the doctors I've seen, dude? Budget doctor. That's racist. You're a bad guy. You're a bad guy. You're a bad guy.
The grand majority of these cases can simply...
I love indie people. You know, I went to drop off my USPS today. I walked in. There's an indie guy working there. Nothing wrong with that. I give him the package. He scans. He says, "Okay, here you go, buddy." What? He said, "You call me buddy?" That's incredible. That's why I love indie people. They always call you buddy, even when they're mad at you. It's incredible stuff.
Simply be avoided or reversed had he decided to lose the weight. This is one of the most important
Yeah, you want to know
things.
what? Losing the weight is not that easy. I'll give Boogie that. It can be very difficult. It is an addiction. It can be very difficult. But the issue isn't just the weight. It's everything around it. If the only issue with this guy was his weight, then we wouldn't be here. If he just had health problems, then we wouldn't be here. But he's also a dick.
For Boogie, where it comes to weight loss, an
So
actual
massive
goal that
super chatted $2. Diabetes, speechless face.
Okay, thank you.
he has never managed to bring across to the table. He has went through a gastric bypass that he himself has admitted to completely fail.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to get Taco Bell after this.
And one of the reasons why he chooses to
I didn't eat breakfast. I had lunch on stream at like 5 o'clock. So, I'm still hungry.
constantly fail his aspect of weight loss is because even in this own documentary,
I need a new chair. My ass hurts.
Boogie is out there constantly feeding himself with fast food. I swear to God, in this documentary,
That's one thing. My wife and I have significantly cut down on fast food to an insane degree, like wild. We've really been trying to do better. Like, we haven't been really losing weight, but we have been eating healthier. We're really trying to make like those little steps to be better. So very rare that like today we wanted to get food, so I got us like Chinese food, but like I got like chicken and broccoli, and I got my wife, she likes green beans, right? So like we're doing it's not like perfect, but it's better. And we try to do healthier options, and that's what you need to do. Do better instead of perfect is really beneficial. Like even the other day, we went to Olive Garden. It was incredible stuff.
he's probably eaten McDonald's and Taco Bell like 3 goddamn times. It's no joke. He is just going out of his way to hurt himself. These are things that anybody can avoid, but Boogie refuses to do so because he again prefers to be a victim. Again, he doesn't want to be helped. He doesn't want to make even the tiniest thing that could change.
I mean, listen, I don't think he's not losing weight because he wants to be a victim in this capacity. I think he does want to be a victim, but the fact that you're saying it, I get it. I wouldn't even contest it, but I disagree. But also, okay, I mean, he deserves that characterization.
His decrepit lifestyle for the better. He just wants you to feel bad for him. And that's one of the reasons why I don't care. If he doesn't want to get better, why should I care that he wants to get better? I can hope, but it doesn't mean that I should
I wouldn't hope. I don't care.
necessarily be putting in any of...
The way I look at it is this. I don't waste my karma on anybody. I don't waste it unless I really care about them. So I will never hope that you do better if I don't like you, but I will also never hope you do worse because I feel like that hurt. If it happens, that's hurting my karma to bring you down. You know what I mean? You focus on yourself, dude.
of my mental strength into it. It's just manipulative for the fans to constantly be reminded, I want to change, while doing literally nothing to make your fucking life better at all.
True.
Now, in this
Again, do more work. He doesn't do any more
entire
work.
documentary, one of the most insulting parts is when Boogie actually sits down with this interviewer, this recruiter, and purposefully, in my opinion, screws up this interview where at least they were telling him to go get a job. Because if you can't...
Yeah, he just went there and like trauma dumped on it. I mean, listen, your best argument in defense of Boogie is that he went there for the performance piece of it to be an obnoxious asshole for the documentary.
make money through YouTube,
How does that make you look better? Like, why would you go out of your way to embarrass yourself like that?
start getting a job.
I am morbidly obese. I have
My wife's watching the chat.
no references, no work history, and no ed.
My wife's watching, so I'm going to be, I said, this is more of a girl that should be for Boogie, a professional businesswoman. Right? This is my wife. Actually, now that you're watching the stream, I want you to get an outfit like this. It's like a turtleneck sweater dress. And I think you would look beautiful in it. I would like you to get that, and I want you to put on those ghetto hoop earrings that you have, business professional ghetto. And I want to take you on a date. So
education.
that's all I'm saying.
And when you Google my name,
And I'm gonna have sex with you afterwards.
you might see
Oh, wear stockings too. Okay.
rumors that I beat my ex-wife and I'm also a pedophile. Should mention I'm also a felon.
I can't with this shit. Oh.
Okay. What's the nature of your felony?
Like, she knows that he's not here seriously, and I think that kind of just settles in. But listen to what she says. Absolute bang-on advice.
I don't think it's impossible, but you have some challenges.
I'll take you shopping, baby. My wife said take me shopping, daddy, in the chat.
Yeah.
Lots of things in life are about your mindset, and you're using weight and disability. I can't. If that is the attitude
Bro, let me tell you something. I know I'm a fucking dog, but I want my wife to dress up in this outfit. I like it. It's a very nice outfit. Put on some nice stockings, you know, like the stockings kind of thing. I've never really seen her in stockings. Go to work and come home, and I just want to I just want to smell it, you know what I mean? There's something about it. There's something about that working woman after a long day. You know what I'm saying, dude? Something about it. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to be a dog.
You're going to have when you approach everything, then you can't. And you won't.
No.
And he will never. And she's absolutely right. He always wants to play the victim, and that's what it comes down to.
True.
So, of course, after this entire documentary, the problem is he goes to Mike Clem and tells him that he's not going
His
to
name is Michael Klum, sir.
get a job. And listen to exactly why. Listen to this shit. Because he couldn't get
Hey, a dog's got to eat, baby. That's right. A dog's got to eat.
corporate approval because of his armed felony nature.
A dog has got to eat, baby. That's me. I'm a fucking dog.
Documentary and everything, and I know you think I need to get a real job, but I just want to let you know I'm not going to. I'm not going to walk into some job when I have 4 million
I'm not going to walk into a job.
subscribers on YouTube. I'm one of the original YouTubers. What I'm
Right,
going to do
true.
instead.
Who really likes the original of anything, though? Who goes to the store and actively seeks out original Pringles? Who goes to the store and actively seeks out original Doritos? You don't, because they don't exist anymore. The nacho cheese Dorito, not original. I went to Pennsylvania, had the original Doritos there. You didn't know that, did you, pussy? Who goes, oh, original Lay's. Lay on my balls. Get the fuck out of here. Sour cream and onion? Cheddar cheese onion ones? What? Better. Sweet spicy chili Doritos? Supreme.
Is go back to making content. Go back to telling stories and entertaining people.
Michael,
and
play the
make fun
harmonica.
doing it.
Dude,
Michael, cue the harmonica.
what is this? Why would I walk in and get some job? As if that's a dirty fucking word. Why does he say it like that? Yeah, I'm an OG YouTuber. I've got 4 million subscribers.
4 million.
99% of them do not watch the fucking videos, okay? Your subscriber burn rate is as high as crypto's burn rate too. You are looking at 99% losses. Instead of trying to beat your head against
Did you see the text? Mike. No, I didn't even internalize that. I didn't even say that. Okay, sounds good. Talk to you in a few. Mike. What a weirdo. He's like a kid. Mike. Michael Klum.
subscribe at 99, trip the audience, and produce content that, by the way, is inferior to 99%
Sorry,
losses. Instead of trying to beat your head against a wall and guilt trip the audience and produce content that, by the way, is inferior to 99% of videos released on this platform to this day. Boy, there's a whole lot of 99%. He refuses to get a job, looks at it as like it's some dirty word, and decides to revive his YouTube channel.
Because he's too good for it, that's why.
Which he really hasn't. He's gotten an uptick in views because of videos like mine, like Charlie's, like H3H3 covering him, this
It's true, I didn't even know Ethan covered it.
documentary, but because Boogie is not naturally an entertaining individual,
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, absolutely.
all right, at least in my opinion, and because he refuses to actually put any effort into anything that he does, it's going to be short-lived. And if people find that mean, I'm sorry. It's the fucking truth.
It's not. That's how content creation works, right? This is the thing. You need to have a stable base of solid content, right? And then for like the regular person, for the pleb like myself, you want to have a regular base of content. And then there will be opportunities for you to shine based on particular aspects that could really put you up depending on what you do. Right? I forget what this guy's name, but there's this like a guy who makes skits on TikTok, and he made this really big, huge song that blew up, and it was like a fun little like making fun of Russian techno. That's his moment, right? Everybody has their moments, and you could burn them or you could do something good with them. We've all been there. I've had plenty of moments, and I burned a few of them, and you learn from that and you just move on. How many moments has Boogie had? And this is another one of those moments. They only look at him because he's under scrutiny, but nobody's looking at him for his content. If he's releasing a video a day, making solid, entertaining content every single day, or at least to some people that he enjoyed making, and then he got this controversy, you'd see a more consistent uptick. Nobody's able to look at a channel and go, look, he's made a change for the better. You look at there, and what is there? A couple of video game ones, which are probably decent moving forward, and then a bunch of bullshit about like his fucking, about the whatever that was released, the documentary. There's no Boogie outside of his shit going on. There's no person there anymore. It's just the controversy of Boogie. People aren't really going to him for his views or his perspectives or his feelings on a topic, because if you do, you're almost guaranteed to get a fence sit, right? They're just going there because it's an embarrassment. And if you couldn't make views off of Boogie, no one would be talking about him, right? There's nothing that you could argue I'm a big fat idiot, but at the end of the day, I have some commentary some people find insightful, right? And I do my best to keep plugging along. That's what it is. But Boogie's not presenting us with any of that. He's just not doing it.
My health insurance is $800. I have $500 worth of medical bills. I have $500 worth of utilities.
You know why? You want to know why Boogie's medical bills are $800? Because his health insurance costs $800 a month, because he adopted his girlfriend so that they can both be on insurance. Sorry.
I pay for doctor's visits, physical therapies, labs constantly. I still have to pay for the car that I drive. I still have to pay for car insurance. I still have to pay for health insurance. Diablo 4 came out. I had to buy it.
You really had to throw that one in there, huh?
Fantasy 16 came out. I had to buy it. Tears of the Kingdom came out. I had to buy it.
Hold on there, bucko. Diablo 4 came out. I had to buy it.
Boogie knew what he was doing there by saying that.
Tears of the Kingdom came out. I had to buy it. Dog, these are what we call luxuries, okay? Yeah. You don't need...
It's not even like, did he even buy it and make content out of it? Did he even do that? Did he make any content out of Diablo 2 or anything, or Diablo 4? Like, if he was like, yeah, I had to buy it because I put a lot of effort or I made some content, I'd say, okay, fair enough. Did he even do that? Or did he just buy it? Did he just have to buy it? Francis Diablo 4 rage rant on Diablo. So he made 2 videos that were parodying his older Francis rant videos about Diablo 4. So we'll watch a second of this.
Wait, I had... No, I didn't get adult diapers, Tom. God damn it!
And then he just remade them and got this.
Hey guys, it's me, Francis.
Okay, amazing, incredible. So he didn't need...
Oh, hey dude, what's your plan?
Oh my god, I didn't see you there.
Okay. Anyway, he didn't need to buy the game to make that, so...
To buy any fucking video game, Boogie, because let me tell you something right now. If you can't afford luxuries, then you need to start downsizing your life. Again, if he can't afford this $2,000 mortgage, consider moving down to an apartment, renting somewhere else. Then you could have the money to
consider eating garbage.
Buy Diablo 4.
Bro, I'm fortunate. I live in my mother-in-law, we rent the house from her. So we're pretty much just paying the mortgage. It's very beneficial in that capacity. It's still expensive, but better than fucking anything else.
Or Tears of the Kingdom, or Final Fantasy 16. Point is, cut down your life, okay? Do not put this onto the audience. It's insane how this man can complain about financial irresponsibility.
Well, he has a whole arcade cabinet behind him. Holy fuck. I didn't even think about that. That's his house. I never put those together. I never, like, internalized this. Sell those.
When he's sitting in front of these shitty one-up arcade machines from Walmart that actually have no resale value.
Don't they cost like
$5? I think in the documentary Pearl's sister said she had a pediatrician visit before they filmed.
Yeah, maybe, dude. Thank you. How much? Oh, sorry, my voice is going. How much are these? Isn't these like $699? Like $600? Am I right about that? Like around $600? $700?
In my opinion, whatsoever. This man is surrounding.
Bro, why doesn't this guy get on stream and play video games? Bro, dude, there's so many pathways for this motherfucker. Oh, I love playing video games. So get on stream and play video games 4 hours a day, and then get an editor to take that and like cut up the funniest moments or something. You know, like what are you doing?
Himself with toys and video games as if he's like a child, okay? Like as if he's like a kid at the Rockefeller Center going into like one of the big toy stores. Dog, downsize your life, sell off your shit, and live normally, okay? There is no shame in that. But again, Boogie refuses to do it. In fact, in his mind, he feels almost entitled to these luxuries. No one is entitled to anything. You should feel lucky that you're in a luxurious lifestyle.
True.
Especially when you can't even afford it. And this isn't the...
I'm sorry, I'm too fucking exhausted to make a joke.
Only case of Boogie doing this. Obviously, he has a history.
Francis Gaming, terrible idea. He needs to kill he needs to not try to engage with the Francis character. It's not him anymore. It's time for him to move on from that. That's how life is. The same way I could never go back to TikTok and start doing like the commentary like I used to. It's just not part of me anymore. You know, you just move on and you change and you adapt and you reevaluate yourself. That's all he has to do. Just make a Boogie channel.
History of trying to purchase these
this is going to chase him off the internet. Once that lolcow podcast comes out, he's fucked.
Extravagant luxuries. Like there was a saga related to a Tesla Model X, one that I'll let Boogie explain a little bit too.
For $33,000. I ended up buying the X, curfew.
He ended up buying the X. The Model X is the most expensive luxury SUV from Tesla Automotive, which again is their highest price product, okay? Especially when you go speccing it out, which
Bro, I'm so lucky that I married an actual adult because here's the thing. My wife and I talked about me getting like a new car, like a nice, like a $50,000 car like last year because I really liked the Dodge Challenger. And we talked about it and we kept talking and she's like, if you really want to get it, you can, but I don't think it's a good idea. So I held off on it. And then like this year, I've had a rougher year. And it's okay because I don't have a fucking, $700 or $800 or $900 a month car expense to pay for now. It's like, it really helps when you're with a significant other that can give you an adult perspective on topics when it comes to you fucking managing your money.
I don't think Boogie bought the
fucking guys dating women half their age is for the rich because you have so much money none of your mistakes matter. Okay.
Bad version of the Tesla. But again, this man is pitching the idea of buying a luxury SUV in front of his audience when apparently his actual financial status, according to him, doesn't reflect it.
I still haven't got it fully financed yet. I'm having to finance it, obviously. I can't spend $100,000 in a day. That would be insane, right? But I am financing it, okay? And so he's like, Boogie, how many fans are going to end up buying a Model S because of you? And I'm like, okay, all right, that's fair. He goes,
probably zero.
What if we put 10 more cars on the road? Think about the impact you're making in the world when we put 10 more cars on the road.
Oh my God, he's justifying, I get the car because it might make his audience get a fucking electric vehicle. Dude, he's gaslighting himself to justify a shit purchase.
Road. I'm like,
yeah, this is probably some of the dumbest stuff that I heard, and I wanted to add it in for a bit of comedy relief. Anytime you come across the most degenerate car salesman like this, you run, okay? First off, adding 10, 20 more cars on the street is not offsetting the fucking carbon pollutions that making those Teslas, in my opinion, are going to cause.
They might, who cares?
And also, I don't think anybody in your audience is also going...
Super chatted $1.99. What are your thoughts on sounding?
Does my wife ask you to say that? My wife has been asking me about sounding for like weeks now. Just no, stop fucking. What do you go back to my wife and tell her to stop paying to waste my own money and donating to myself to ask me about sounding, okay? Because I'm not doing it. All right, it's not for me. Thank you for the $2.
Going out to buy another luxury executive sedan because they're watching Boogie drive his Model X. Anyways, the point of this was Boogie has a history
Yeah, because those people, there's no way they're going to be able to buy that car because they're poor from donating money to Boogie.
of constantly being financially stupid and putting that onto the audience. And when you start mentioning things like this and you start mentioning, oh, I can't spend $100,000 in a day, there is an element of, in my opinion, guilt tripping that sort of passes on to the audience as well, too. But again, we're going to leave that over there. I think I've covered his money situation way too much, okay? And I think, honestly, it's more than he deserves because he doesn't care about changing it, and that's pretty much what it comes down to. If he doesn't care about making his life better, it is what it is. Now, obviously, some of you all will remember that Boogie had an issue with an individual known as Frank Hassel, where he actually...
Yeah, where he begged the guy to go to his house and fucking and threaten him. That's the reality. And dude... Bro, this is what I'm talking about. You have like a detractor that doesn't like you, and then you go on and talk to him. Bro, it's so insane that Boogie will do this whole performance in this dumb documentary and go, I'm too good to get a regular job, but you're not too good to not engage with fucking toxic troll detractors. Where does the fucking line go? Up my balls? Like that line in the seam of my nutsack? Why would you just not ignore? Instead, you ignore him. Instead, you go on a lolcow podcast or whatever bullshit, whatever the podcast or whatever, and then like, oh, you're a pussy. Come here. Oh, come here, pussy. You're one town over. Come on over here. And then you're standing out there shaking your fucking hand. Get out of here, Frank. Or if you show up to my house, I'm gonna call the cops. Like, I'm not gonna fucking be bothered with this shit. Like, be an adult. I have nothing to prove. I don't need to prove to the fucking weirdo lunatic that's going to come to my house that I'm a man. I'm a man. I don't need to go, oh, you better get out of here. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Okay? Thank you so much, Kat, for the 9-month small guy. Boogie is the laziest person I've ever seen, for sure.
Fired a gun right into the air, which caused him to actually be in some serious legal troubles that cost him a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of that could have been avoided had Boogie not brought that on himself. Listen to this clip right now. This is an interview that he had on Drama Alert with Frank Hassel, where it actually sounds so fucking unhinged, I couldn't make this up if I tried.
This is status quo for me. So show the up, and let me show you how I handle status quo.
Whoa.
Shoot me. This is weird.
Tough guy.
I'm going to kill you and take pleasure doing it.
Oh, what the fuck? I don't remember hearing that.
Doing it. That's I'm going to kill you. I'm going to take pleasure.
The fuck up. Go eat your cane.
Okay.
You need to chill, bro.
You're less than 4 miles away from me last night.
I like how the title says this is going to get played in court.
You can't drive 4 miles. You can't drive 4 miles to actually.
So Boogie, while being visibly scared for his life, apparently enough that he had to respond to the door with a firearm when the other party didn't have a gun, was literally telling that party to come to his house, meaning that even if he had castle doctrine, he couldn't get through it. He couldn't actually make it valid. He invited the problem to his house.
True.
You cannot invite somebody to your premises and then threaten to shoot them. That is not how castle doctrine works, okay? That's not even how hassle doctrine works.
Got him.
But again, a lot of these problems Boogie causes on himself because he's impulsive and he doesn't think about it. Now,
it's because he's manic or something. Right now, what's happening? He's on his highest high. I'm posting content. I'm feeling good. I'm getting views. Blah, 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 blah. He's feeling the same way during Frank Hassel. It's all going to crash away. He's going to turn to the fucking victim. He's going to have a crybaby complex.
Recently, Boogie has entered a relationship with a girl that is, I guess, 20 while he's 49 or 50. And it's a very, very massive age gap. Now, obviously, I'm not here to get on somebody's ass about a perfectly legal relationship. I want to remind everyone, when you're over the age of 18, you can date an 80-year-old, okay? At the end of the day, that's...
I wish I did. I'd be a sugar baby. That'd be my sugar mommy.
The law. But the law is not...
Probably a little spicier, a little zestier than sugar, though. What do you think it tastes like down there? I don't know. We'll find out.
Not always...
Well, I'll tell you guys when I'm 80 eating my... Okay, let's move on.
Is ethical. And obviously for people who sit down and look at these relationship dynamics, people are going to be creeped out. Now, in private group chats and...
Yeah, and here's the thing. When it comes to a 20-year-old and a 40-year-old, it's not inherently creepy. It is a little bit weird. You guys are in two very different stages of your life. You guys shouldn't have anything in common. It's not... I wouldn't call it disgusting, but it's like, what do you as a 49-year-old man have in common with a 20-year-old girl? You don't have anything in common with her. And so you look at the dynamic, you look at this young girl who's never had a boyfriend, who is just sad. She's just a sad person. She has social anxiety, so she can't get a job or whatever. And then Boogie takes her under his wing. It's weird. I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable with it. I think it's a little bizarre. They very quickly got together. They very quickly lived together. He's constantly giving her gifts and shit. I'm not particularly fond of the dynamic. And here's the thing. We shouldn't know about any of this. We shouldn't know anything beyond Boogie's dating a 20-year-old at 49. But we do. And you want to know why? Because Boogie decided to make the mainstay of his fucking content about how he's dating a girl less than half of her age. We shouldn't even know about it. But he decided to make content about it, and so now he's invited us to have conversations and criticize that relationship. Whose fucking fault is that? That's not mine. It's not my fucking fault. And like I said before, as more and more shit like this comes out and she's exposed to more and more of like the bullshit from Boogie, she's going to slowly wake up and go, ew. And in her life, when she's 50 years old herself, she's going to look back at that moment when she was 20 dating you, Boogie, and she's going to think, ew. That is the mythology of Boogie in her saga. I'm sorry if that's mean, but it could change if you stop fucking around. You stop making a public ass out of yourself. You get your shit together.
Private DMs, some of them which have been leaked. I have been in those DMs calling Boogie a weird person, okay?
Okay.
Not spreading rumors. I've just been calling it weird
Oh, is that what happened? There was a leaked DM?
behavior. And that's because I think this is weird behavior.
It is.
Boogie's girlfriend that he's been touting off is 20 years of age, obviously far more junior to him, and she doesn't appear to have a lot of life skills, obviously a lot of life, I guess you could say, experience. And their relationship was built on something known as trauma bonding. A trauma bond, which according to this situation, follows a cycle and rests on an imbalance of power. Leaving an abusive relationship usually isn't as simple as
maybe.
walking out the door.
I don't know if it's been, well, I don't think it's been founded on a trauma bond. I think trauma bonding, he's going to read it in a second, is when you bond from because of a trauma in your relationship, right? Like an abusive partner abuses you and you bond through that trauma. It's a really fucked up concept where it's like you have a person, usually a guy, who's physically abusive, and then you have a girl, or even the girl might be abusive physically or emotionally, but you have one party that's abusive and the other party isn't. And then the one party enacts abuse onto the other party and hurts them and makes them upset. But then that person who is abusive, usually abusive people aren't necessarily like always abusive. So afterwards they like snap out of it and they're like, oh my God. And you can almost sit together and laugh about the person that you were that moment ago when you were in the middle of abuse, and you get to say, I'll never do that again. I'm so sorry. And you both have this beautiful, amazing bond over one party hurting the other party. That's my understanding of a trauma bond. Maybe I'm wrong. This is a bond over potentially trauma, but I don't think it is trauma bonding. Right? That's what I'm pretty sure.
The door. The emotional attachment known as
this is not a trauma bond scenario. He's wrong about this.
the trauma bond develops out of a repeated cycle of abuse, evaluation, and positive reinforcement. It's only natural to develop a bond with someone who treats you with kindness.
Yeah, that's not
Many
a trauma
abusive
bond.
relationships begin with a shower of affection and assurances of love. These attempts to manipulate often succeed since you remember the early days of a relationship. Now, I assume
this is not trauma bonding, Budahar.
that Boogie is not referring to that type of trauma bonding. I think they
Boogie referred to it as trauma bonding. Oh, well, in that case, okay, that's not Mudahar's fault.
literally are referring to the fact that obviously both of them have been through rough situations in life, and by sharing it, by being comfortable with one another, that's how their relationship is built up. Now, obviously, for most people who look into this, they might think that this is very creepy. A nearly 50-year-old man is somehow finding a lot of trauma bonds with somebody that isn't even old enough to legally drink.
That's not what I find creepy personally. I don't think it's creepy. I just think it's like bizarre. I think it's weird. I think it's just, I don't know, uncomfortable because of the other stuff that I talked about. She's very young. She's very inexperienced. She has her own issues. And it's just, I don't even want to like weigh in on it because it's like, stop having her on the internet. You're a grown fucking man exposing this 20-year-old girl who supposedly has all this social anxiety to a massive social sphere of online influencers. You know how this shit works. So you decide to take her and parade her around to different people and say, look at me, look at her, inviting people to speculate on your relationship. And if she has such horrible social anxiety, how does this not make it worse? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
And it's not just me saying it, right? You've got a bunch of people in the comment sections to his own videos going, Boogie, I really do think you took advantage of her. She clearly has her own issues, and it's sad because I've met people like her in my past life.
What does that mean? What are you, fucking reincarnated?
I'm 29 years old, and I know the signs of someone like her who only in her early 20s would date someone your age. We all know she didn't have a best life, and you're just using it for your videos. It's disgusting. No, I don't think you care about her or try to help.
I think he does care about her. I just don't think that he manifests in a positive way.
If I were her actual friend,
he's not being responsible in the relationship with her. Like, he shouldn't be exposing her to the internet and shit. You know?
I would tell her to get the hell out of this weird situation and find someone who can really care about you and help you. And of course, if you look in the actual video that Boogie posts, by the way, on his own channel, it gets downright depressing. So listen to this.
Sorry, I'll repeat all that.
Sorry, let me get my new 20-year-old girlfriend to cry on the camera after I tell her I'm going to die. Hey, I'm a good boyfriend, guys. I'm going to tell her I'm going to be dead soon and make her cry and record it and put it on the internet. Very responsible.
What was the question? So if he cheated, I'm not going to break up with
Oh,
him?
yeah, and then I'm going to propose the idea that I might cheat on her in some capacity and ask her about that, too. Like, why is that even coming up?
Him because I love him and it's going to hurt.
This is Pearl Davis's sister, I swear to God. That's my fucking theory.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. But I know at the end of the day he loves me, so to see him with, to see Boogie with another woman, it would hurt and it would make me jealous, but
okay, cool.
I'd get it.
What? Listen, ladies, if you
we hit the high value male sphere, bro. Let me tell you something. She say, "Oh, if he cheats on me, I'd get it." Why? He's a loser. First of all. Second of all, why would you want a girl like that, Boogie? Why do you want a girl that's like, "Yeah, if he cheated on me, I would deal with it." My wife would take a knife and cut up the seam of my fucking ball sack. Are you kidding me? And she would open them out and she would take my testicles out. She would tie them in a knot and she would fucking stuff them into the hole of my penis. That's what she would do. Okay? That's why I'm not going to do it. It's a pretty big reason. You're with a girl that said, if my wife ever gave me a response other than what I just said, I wouldn't want to be with her. You want somebody to say, yeah, if you cheat on me, I would be okay with it. Like, what? How do you even respect her? I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be rude. She's young. So, she's still evolving. But like, how do you even respect a partner that says, yeah, if you cheat on me, I would get it? What? What does that mean, dude? What the fuck? Holy shit.
Ever feel that it's okay for a guy to cheat on you? Get the fuck out of that relationship. It is never okay. Simple as that.
True.
That's one of the problems that I think is with this girl, okay? She obviously is very, very, very young, and she's very much into this life.
And she's very immature for her age.
A person that is far more older, very, very unhealthy, and according to his
1,000%.
own statements, is literally on the verge of dying. There's a point in the Mike Lum documentary,
Which is probably not even necessarily true. He's probably got another 10 to 20 years left.
where he sits down with the girl, explains his life situation.
And they start crying.
And basically, she starts crying down. Now, obviously, I think in some way, that's a little bit emotionally manipulative.
A little bit.
Really
It's fucking disgusting.
want you to understand how actually sick I am.
Mike, can you play the harmonica over this as well, please? Thank you.
I don't know if you
Michael?
actually get it, but this
Michael, can you play the harmonica over this as well, Michael?
is my health summary. This is everything that's currently wrong with me. My risk for stroke or heart attack is
Michael!
astronomical. I am essentially
I need a harmonica sound, Michael.
a walking time bomb. And I'm so fucking sorry
Michael!
for that. I really wish I had
Michael, play the harmonica!
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, how can you sit somebody...
I'll put the harmonica I played in the description. Harmonica Free Willy main theme by Sadar Babel. I don't know how to say the name. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very much.
down and talk about your life problems, your health issues, and they start crying. How do you think they're going to walk away? They obviously are with you because in their mind they think you're on your fucking
Mike?
deathbed. And it's
True.
really shitty to leave somebody behind when they're literally dying, okay?
True that,
There
man.
is a lot of weird dynamics in this relationship that make me cringe, and most of the world can see that. How Boogie, the narcissist that he is, well, I guess that explains it, puts this video up and thinks that it makes him look in a good light is actually beyond me and baffling. Now, to go back to the conversations that I had with other YouTubers about this situation,
Sorry.
I firmly stand by and believe this is creepy. Boogie's response to that is making it appear as if I made this a public, matter-of-fact statement.
How did it even get leaked? Who's the pussy who leaked it?
I did not. In fact, if anything, I kept it pretty much quiet until Boogie decided to prod the bear in public and pretty much...
Y'all expect me to go wild about these Keemstar Mutahar leaks? Will they shit talk me? I wouldn't have expected anything else from that type of group chat. You're working with one of them. Why? Okay. Why would you engage with that person if you think that they're bad people?
...told me that I was fabricated.
Okay.
Until Boogie decided to prod...
I didn't probably shit talk you. I was very open about my dislike of you. I think you're the one manipulating person who loves to take advantage of your fans, creators like you. Okay.
I basically say I didn't fabricate anything. I didn't talk about this. Other YouTubers asked me about this. They might have fabricated it, but that's on them. If somebody asks me what I think about your weird relationship, I'm going to say it like any other person my age does. You're creepy. You're manipulative. You're weird. I don't think it's built on good intentions. What does Boogie do to prove that this girl that I don't even know is over the age of 18? He will literally send me her identification.
Incredible.
Now, I find it so odd that Boogie is talking to a girl and is with her, is in love with her, and just happens to have her ID on his phone at the fucking ready beck and call to send to some random over the internet. Do you not care about her safety? Do you not worry that, oh shit, I'm sending this image to YouTubers who could maybe get hacked? I don't know. Their DMs could get leaked. And then, by nature, even her ID could get leaked. Why am I sending...
So this is all over some DMs? Who cares?
...this image to random people on the internet that I don't really know? It's fucking weird that he does this. And I feel bad for this girl because she lets it happen. It's just...
Well, I don't understand, like, why... But you asked for proof. Did you show them the proof in the Discord or something? Where is it? Like, I don't understand. Dude, why associate yourself with people who shit talk you? Like, why not just never talk to them again?
Just weird. It's really fucking weird. Now, that's where I'm pretty much going to leave this girl ad. I don't really want to add more trauma into her life or bring her more up into a public spectacle like she already has, but I'm just pointing these things out because I, like most people, find it creepy. Now, to whittle on back to Boogie's contradictions, one of the things in his expense sheet he listed, and this is, again, how you figure out a Boogie contradiction. He will constantly be...
I can't find the leaked DM, so I don't know.
...a manipulative liar and change facts literally in minutes, seconds, hours, days, weeks.
Whoa!
Inside this documentary, he mentions how much money he made on a fight he had with Wings of Redemption, all the way out in London.
Watch the way he hits my head. My brain got shocked with each one of those. It's ricocheting against my skull.
My skull.
So since you guys were here last, I did have a bit of a windfall, which bought me some time here in this house. The problem with that is I spent more than $10,000 getting that fight together. So by the time all that was done, all I did was put that $10,000 back into savings.
Now, for this fight, he was paid $10,000. I asked him.
Well, I would have thought that he also gets paid to have like a trainer, no?
Keemstar, he said $11,000 because apparently they paid for his lab work to get sanctioned for the fight. Now, inside this list, he mentions boxing lessons around $1,500. Now, this is where it gets really wild. So listen to this.
Walked into that thing knowing the only.
Dude, you were talking about you had boxing training and shit. I'm like, I can't afford boxing training. I'm gonna have to fucking be out here under the shed.
Yeah, you know what my boxing training was? I fought a drunk friend down in Dallas, Texas.
Apparently,
so you didn't actually have boxing training?
He either paid $1,500 to his drunk friend to fight him in Dallas, Texas. Is that $1,500 in boxing lessons? I don't know. What the fuck? But here, listen to this one real quick.
Punch strength. My technique is terrible, but he's not working with a boxing trainer either, so I don't think either of us is going to have technique.
Wow.
What's that? He also doesn't have a trainer as well, too. See, these are little contradictions that one can pick up. Now, that contradiction came from my wife's podcast, The Real Weird Sickos, where she invited...
Whoa, shameless plug, dude.
Boogie to talk about this situation, amongst a whole litany of other things. And this is where it gets really
What a fucking moron Boogie is.
Hilarious. Boogie is a guy that says, I'm over. I'm done with drama. And that video was posted like, what, 8 days?
9 days ago, yep.
9 days ago? Yeah, in reality, Boogie is not done with anything like it. Boogie...
This is the fucking start of it.
Decides to basically keep mentioning me by name on his social media feeds, acting like I'm spreading weird rumors and whatnot. Now, my wife will defend me. She will just say, hey, your whole life is a walking set of contradictions. Now, I don't like to publicly engage with Boogie because he constantly says that I'm punching down, even though...
Punching down is so cringe.
If you talk shit on the internet, you will definitely get hit.
It's like the concept of punching down is just so cringe. Shut up with that, you know what I mean?
I actually DM'd him privately and told him, listen, if you don't want to make this a...
Oh, shit. I gotta read that. Hold on a second.
You will definitely get hit. I actually DM'd him privately and told him, listen, if you don't...
I know how you feel about me, and I get it and respect it. I'm not your biggest fan either, I suppose, but I really appreciate you trying to help, especially with the podcast class act. Okay. What the fuck are you guys sending each other videos? Were you gay? Sorry. This is weird.
Don't want to make this a public thing. Why are you...
That said, my apologies for bringing back up the group chat. I will leave it, and I'll tell Keemstar that's how it's going to be stay unless he wishes for me to capitalize on this stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, you won't exist in relation to me or anything. And to clarify, the video isn't about you or group chat or any of that. I was filmed the drive before I knew anything about that stuff. I understand mentioning the tweet was too much for you, though. Wait, what? It was filmed in July? Wait. What the fuck? How long ago did this even happen?
Constantly spreading up...
It's not too much for me. I don't know why you think I'm triggered. You'd have to matter for me to care. I think you're very hypocritical asking me for to restrain publicly, yet throwing shit in my face. Just be a real person. The only reason I even saw it was because I was charging my car. I didn't think it was throwing it in your face is my point. I didn't think you would care at all, much less enough to message about, dude, I cannot read me about it. I see that is an error and I understand why. So like I said, moving forward, you don't exist as far as I'm concerned and I will keep your name out of my mouth. But yes, I see even mentioning you passingly in a tweet was a shitty thing to do. My apologies. Won't happen again. How the fuck are you going to say that you don't exist to me and then still talk about the person?
Misinformation. Why are you just...
Hey, hope this isn't me you're referring to in the tweet, and if I am, sorry, I didn't know that. Oh my god,
why are you just constantly being weird about this? And,
okay.
And
oh, didn't know they were your wife. Will we go back to blocking, etc.? Boogie, I'm pretty livid that you went down this route. I find it so odd that when I'm not responding to you, 20 minutes later, her phone is blowing up in my car. Do you have any fucking idea how mad I actually am? Damn, first I didn't know she was your wife.
Boogie decides to send me an entire list of words, and obviously I said in my piece, I really just said, hey, listen, I don't really need to dredge anything up, and that's pretty much what it comes down to. I don't want to bother making a video, and I'm not really looking forward to it either, just because there's a whole lot of other things that I could cover.
Hold on, is he making one?
And I'm not really looking forward to it much what it comes down to. I don't want to bother making a video.
Okay.
And I'm not really looking forward to it either, just because there's a whole lot of other things that I could cover. I
honestly don't believe you. Whoop. So he doesn't believe that Boogie didn't know his wife. You should be. I didn't even realize I was doing it. Yeah, I don't blame you. And I'm an unreliable witness. This is incredibly serious invasion. What is it that happened? This is so fucking weird.
I am driving. Let me paint the scene here. I'm driving home from New York, okay? You got my wife with me, I got me, and
like what the fuck is even happening? I'm not understanding what's happening.
I don't respond to anything. 20 minutes later, next to my phone, my wife's phone starts blowing up, and lo and behold, I see Boogie mentioned on here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this sends me into a bit of a rage because I find it so weird that the moment I don't respond to you, the next person you're hitting up is my wife about this situation.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Obviously,
you're looking for his attention.
It upsets me. It upsets her. It upsets people. We think it's weird, okay? Boogie crosses a personal boundary, and he decides to ask my wife, even mentions if I'm triggered or not. Yeah, I'm not triggered at you. I'm just triggered at the fact that you start reaching out to my friends and family. It's just a line you don't cross. Now, Boogie will claim that he doesn't know who my wife is. Like, oh, you just picked a random one account that is actually, like, the spouse of the creator that you're mad at. You know, the person that has anniversary photos of us on the internet. But also, funniest fact about it too, you were on her show. So this is why lying comes so naturally to this person too. He doesn't really care.
Well, in Boogie's defense, people who eat very poorly, fat people, they have a thing called brain fog. It's real. I get it too sometimes. Not so much anymore as I've been eating better. But that's probably the biggest problem. He probably has this massive brain fog. Also, he's a liar. I'm not actually, like, I'm not lying about the brain fog, but he also is a fucking liar.
He just lies about any fact. Facts that can be immediately countered. But of course, one of the wildest things about the end of this entire documentary is when he promotes drug usage. 47 minutes in to get out of this documentary, Mike records
Michael
Boogie,
Klum
at this shaman, weird as fuck by the way. The shaman gives him psychedelic mushrooms, and this is his way to, like, apparently reset his mind.
Woo.
Now, I'm just going to start off.
Somebody was telling me that apparently mushrooms have nothing to do with how big you are. It's not like other drugs. So your size won't have an impact like alcohol. I didn't know that. So
by saying that drug usage is obviously not something anybody should be promoting.
Excuse me, Joe Rogan would disagree.
If you are going through a lot of mental and physical issues, don't do fucking drugs. If you are
certainly don't self-diagnose.
Going through financial problems, don't do drugs, okay? Boogie is not being taken care of by anyone licensed in the medical field. He's just going into the forest and
Michael is clumming.
Doing fucking drugs with randoms. And this is where, again, Boogie refuses to take life into his own hands. Instead of downsizing his financials, he decides, I'm just going to...
Well, you have to understand, that doesn't go with the aesthetic of the video, Mudahar, okay? The aesthetic of the video is, I'm a big loser and I'm so bad. And then I finally go on a life journey where I tell a recruiter I'm a pedophile, I guess. And then I'm going to make my girlfriend cry. And I'm going to, at the end, realize I just have to get back to work. And I don't start working. I don't start putting out content. Isn't it interesting? He probably thought that it was like, yeah, in this documentary, I'll be like, I'm going to get back to work. And then people will see I'm working. We don't see it. We don't see it.
Pick up an incredibly expensive hobby like mushrooms and go off with it. Well, Boogie...
I don't know, dude. Mushrooms are pretty cheap at the store.
It doesn't work that way, son. And that's pretty much where we're going to end it at, okay? Yeah, real good message to end off on. Hey, your guys' life is all messed up? Try using some mushrooms. Hey, maybe combined with some therapy and some other pseudoscience crap, it could work. But ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much where I want to end it at. I know that I've been harsh in this video, and I probably could have been harsher, but honestly, Boogie is so, I guess you could say, Boogie is such a, I guess you could say, manipulative character that being mad over him is just not worth it, okay? I know that a lot of other creators are still getting mad over this day because Boogie refuses to do even the minor things.
I just have fun. Dude.
To make his life better.
Well, I thought he was doing a minor thing. Oh, wait. Nah, she's an adult. She's an adult. She's not a minor. Very funny. Very funny.
The only thing that makes me angry in this situation is the manipulation he puts to his fans. Look, I'm just going to say it like it is. We are all lucky to be making the videos that we are making and making even a dime off of it. Boogie had a great career at one point. He squandered it, threw it away.
He still has it.
The most insulting.
He still has a career that so many people would fucking beg to have.
And this is he refuses to take care of his physical health. He refuses to downsize and get a job. And
he refuses to just make content again.
To this day, he will continuously bumble his head through YouTube, through burning whatever bridges he may have remaining. He is a consistent, pathological liar. He is an individual that is, I guess, I'm not a psychologist, but he appears to be the biggest narcissist on the platform. He is somebody that does not care about any consequence. He has caused everything bad to happen in his own life. And all he wants is for you to sit down, fucking cry.
And give me money.
And feel bad for him. Well, don't feel bad. Because Boogie...
Yeah, and why the fuck would I buy your merch, by the way, Boogie? You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, it's not like I like you. Like, who's going to be proudly walking around with a fucking Francis shirt?
Could easily change his life around.
Then you got to explain that. Who's that piece of shit on the internet? Why do you have that? I don't know.
But he refuses to. He refuses to eat better. He refuses to downsize and make his financial
I have to
situation
poop.
lighter.
I haven't pooped
and
today.
Instead of, working hard, he decides to chuck $700,000 into a fucking volatile cryptocurrency asset and thinks that's somehow a great idea. Oh,
did he invest $700,000? I thought he invested a little bit of money and then it blew up into like a bunch of money. Whatever.
shit. He actually won in that, by the way, and refused to cash it out like a smart person and start building off of it. Absolute wild behavior. But yeah, how Boogie thought this documentary could paint him in a good light is beyond me. But ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much where we're going to leave it at. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe.
I'll give it
Just
a like.
If you dislike it, I'm out.
I'll give it a like.
Zach,
okay. Interesting. All right. Cool. Good video. I don't know what else to say. I'm burnt out and I'm drained.